It would be an understatement to say there's a lot of trouble surrounding South Park and its creators. Since its premiere in 1997, the animated series has been getting into a lot of trouble for its unapologetic and shameless sense of humor and jokes, including the uncountable times they've mocked celebrities, other shows, cultural events, and a lot more. Well, it isn't surprising that South Park has had its fair share of legal issues for their showrunners' creative decisions. In early 2023, a legal battle ensued over the show for very different reasons between the companies currently owning its streaming services. So what is it really about? Stay here to know all about the feud between Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount over South Park, on top of also getting an insight into some of the most controversial and memorable lawsuits the show has faced in the past. Regardless of the backlash and countless controversies caused by South Park throughout its long run on TV, there's nothing more appropriate than a multi-millionaire legal battle about it to prove how lucrative the show still is. Said legal battle started in March 2023 when Warner Bros. Discovery sued Paramount, South Park Digital Studios, and MTV's production unit for alleged breach of contract, stating in the $200 million lawsuit that the companies producing the show had engaged in an illicit scheme which broke their partnership agreement. These issues go back to the time in 2019 when the old WarnerMedia bought streaming rights for the existing catalog and 3 future seasons of South Park from Paramount. The impressive $500 million deal played in favor of Warner's media streaming service HBO Max, though it didn't take long for the show's production to stagnate due to the pandemic, resulting in the creation of fewer but longer special episodes, which were aired on Paramount. The latter company also launched the show on its streaming service, which Warner Bros. Discovery now argues broke the exclusivity deal previously made between the companies. In their countersuit, Paramount stated that Warner Bros. Discovery's lawsuit didn't have any merit and revealed the fellow company had so far failed to pay $50 million in fees related to the show's streaming. While it's still early to know what the outcome of this harsh legal battle will be, the fact that two entertainment giants are fighting over South Park just speaks volumes about the show's impact and success. Even though the aforementioned legal battle is potentially quite a lucrative one, it isn't by far the most scandalous legal issue which has ever come out of the show. Here are some of the biggest South Park controversies, not all of which didn't take the show and its creators to court, but almost certainly did. Well, it's already acknowledged that South Park isn't afraid of mocking anyone they want to. That doesn't mean that everyone is going to take those jokes lightly. One of the most famous examples of that was the 9th season episode Trapped in the Closet from 2005, which mocked the Church of Scientology and one of its most notable members, Tom Cruise, going all out in it by mentioning the words scam and lawsuit to refer to the church, on top of questioning Cruise's sexual preferences. Soon enough, several rumors started about Cruise possibly quitting the promotional tour of his then-new movie Mission Impossible 3 to show his contempt towards the episode, though that was later denied by his team. As well, South Park's former voice actor and Scientology member Isaac Hayes quit the show following the episode's airing, though it was later alleged that it was a member of the church who released a press statement announcing Hayes' departure, and not himself. Following airing issues about the Trapped in the Closet episode started what became known in popular culture as Closetgate, though in the end the episode was put on normal syndication. Regarding this memorable time in South Park's history, showrunner Matt Stone and Trey Parker admitted that the risk of having legal issues was a big motivator for them to create the episode. "I think that got us going. The Tom Cruise episode was really about getting sued." They told the podcast Basic in 2023, "Maybe any publicity is good." True to its nature of mocking everyone, South Park's creators have their fair share of laughs while parodying several businesses, including the user review website Yelp. In the 19th season episode You're Not Yelping, several South Park characters are portrayed as using their Yelp customer status in all kinds of unfair ways, including bullying a classmate who was the son of a local restaurant owner. While the episode was full of the common humor and satire that South Park audiences are used to, things took an unexpected turn when several news portals announced that Yelp was suing the show for $10 million over the alleged misrepresentation of their company. According to these portals, Yelp's representatives described the episode as beyond ridiculous, and in response, showrunners Parker and Stone had supposedly rated Yelp with 1 star on their website. Nevertheless, the alleged lawsuit and statement from the show's creator were all fact-checked as untrue. Even Yelp itself went out of his way to clear up that they weren't suing anyone, and even claimed that the team behind South Park was fantastic. But at that point, the junk news had already spread like wildfire on the internet. Another in the long list of issues caused by South Park had to do with the trilogy Imagination Land, in which the characters are sucked into an imaginary world, though that was when the trouble started for all of them. While Imagination Land first aired in 2007, it wasn't until 2012 that the episode brought some trouble to South Park when a man named Xavier Wardlow sued the show for allegedly plagiarizing both his children's animation show Lollipop Forest and the character Big Bad Lollipop. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Wardlow wanted all references to the supposed ripoff from his work to be removed from South Park, on top of also criticizing how the show contained mature and crude themes, which were clearly against everything Lollipop Forest was about. According to court reports, the legal battle ended in May 2013 after Wardlow voluntarily withdrew the lawsuit, hinting that an out-of-court deal was reached between the parties, or that the case didn't go anywhere. Whatever happened, it was one of those rare occasions in which South Park couldn't get out of trouble that easily. The Lollipop Forest case wasn't the first time that South Park was sued over copyright infringement. A similar case took place in 2010 when Brown Mark Films sued the show for allegedly using the song What in the Butt by Samwell, unauthorized, in the 2008 episode Canada on Strike, which made fun of the impact of the internal viral videos. The lawsuit didn't go far though, as a Wisconsin judge dismissed the case considering that it was fair use, also ordering Brown Mark Films to pay the show $31,525.23 for interfering with free speech rights. The award was initially over $45,000, but was lowered by the judge in consideration of Brown Mark Films being too small a company to pay that much. Though this latter case turned out well for South Park, also in 2010, the show went through controversy over ripping off lines from a skit created by the internet comedy website collegehumor.com about the movie Inception. Though this incident didn't result in a lawsuit and the parties talked things through, it led showrunners Stone and Parker to apologize publicly for their careless use of the dialogues and admit that they hadn't researched further before airing the episode, thinking the lines were originally from the movie. Well, it's been a while since South Park's creators were taken to court over content. They've been close to being sued again. The most recent case was related to the 2023 aired episode The Worldwide Privacy Tour, centered around the fictional Prince of Canada and his wife, whose physical resemblance to Prince Harry and Meghan wasn't easy to ignore. Though it was strongly feared that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were most likely suing the show over the episode, a representative for the royal couple was quick to dismiss these rumors, describing them as nonsense and totally baseless. Nevertheless, it was clear that the controversy created by the parody became so big that there was a need for an official statement, again indicating how huge the impact of South Park content is on popular culture. While it's certain that the show will keep getting into a lot of trouble, there are as yet still no limits to what South Park is capable of parodying. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.